Hello, Pebbles.
Pebbles.
Pebbles. I'm here. My cover photo is the other half of the picture that I had on yesterday. Because we haven't paid parking yet. Because I didn't download the monkey picture. He sent it to me last night. I completely forgot. So I'm here. Me. Okay, I'm live. We've had a interesting day so far. Putting travel plans on hold. Hi, Osa. For probably the rest of the year. We've got a parent that needs to be taken care of right now. Not severe, but enough that we need to be there at the drop of a hat. Because they're reaching the pre-stage. And since we knew with my mom, her pre-stage was actually more time-consuming and confusing than it was when she was really sick. So it's the stage where they realize they're not, can't drive all the time, can't go hiking up a hill, can't go shopping for 24 hours a day, you know, things like that. So parents get a little nervous around that time. And I know everybody usually says, hi, Fez, you know, family matters. But it's like, sort of talking about it will help. And Papa Cat, I asked him if he wanted to come out today. And he said, it's like therapy. And it's like everybody says it. It's like therapy because we're running late. And I agree. I mean, God knows it's helped me a couple of times. So we're also sneaking up on the guy at the opening of the org. There are a lot of groups of older people. Can't figure out why. There's the Papa had told me that the blocks, the street closures were for some rave. You know, big sponsored rave that nothing bad ever happens. Why bother having a dance? Doesn't that what it feel like? It's like, why do you have, that shouldn't be called a rave. That should just be called a block party or something. So, but the people that are wandering around here are not people going to raves. And they're like running around in blocks. So there's something going on here that I haven't looked up. I'll probably look up more because I'll have to keep myself busy when things are weird around the family. I fix things, put things together, put more Velcro on the house that's humanly possible, except everything can now be stuck to a wall. Things like that. I keep myself busy, in other words. So no dog either, but that's okay. Oh crap, they saw us.
You're kidding.
No! How could they see us?
The curtains are up?
They know his car now too.
Son of a bitch.
There was a whole crowd out and he was handing out flyers. We should go walking around and see how many have been thrown away. No, it was so weird. He was so like older guy, so into it, handing out flowers. Yeah. Oh, the chick in the suit. There was a chick in a suit. She walked by, and I said, "It's a cult, and you have cooties." She probably went, "She's here." It's hard, you know. It's hard not to see I'm me, honestly.
That guy just walked out of there.
Yeah, but he looks like he could be a delivery guy. Is it this one? How could you not see me? Okay. So we were getting out of the car and, oh, I've got it on you. We were getting out of the car and she walked by in the suit and I said, you know, you don't want to be in a cult, you'll get cooties, stuff like that. So, and nobody misses the bangs, that's for sure. And I'm going to get this right one of these days. Let's see. Don't you love how I practice? I'm sorry, ma'am, it's a cult.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, it is.
What is a cult to you?
A cult is when you're being controlled by someone that you do things you don't like and you do them on a regular basis.
Well, that's good.
What's it called? Well, then you spend a lot more money than you should, and it doesn't go out into the neighborhood, because that would be real charity from a real religious place. They're supposed to help. Yeah, you know, indoors and outdoor. I mean, in the organization and out of the organization. From growing up here, I was first exposed to stuff like this at Jonestown.
Oh, Jonestown. I remember Jonestown.
So do I, unfortunately. I was 10. So, yeah, and I got to see it the whole time.
Well, listen, thanks for your information.
You're welcome. I'm sorry that you have to be drug in and you can't talk to me. Yeah, it's hard to argue with me because I say Jonestown, everybody shuts up. Did you notice that? Yeah. Did you notice that though? Jonestown? Oh, okay, Jonestown. She was about to get all mean and ugly with me, and then I talked to her normally. So it was nice to talk to someone normally.
That doesn't happen that often.
It never happens.
Yeah.
I get barked at and walk by. Unfortunately, they didn't think she could carry her own conversation. I think she could have, you know, on the humanistic side of it. But, you know, can't be human. Hi, sitting on defense. Elron Liar. Hello. No face. I have no face. Let's see. So, yeah, our morning was a little, or morning, afternoon was a little taken up with other things right now. So, no Portland. Probably no New York in December. There'll probably be
Wind.
North Carolina in December. But at least the house will be completely done by the end of the year. Because I'll have to keep myself busy somehow. So, that was a shame. I would have loved to talk to her. It's like, she looked like she could have a decent debate with somebody. So, gotta look around for those flyers. She bristled at first.
At the C word.
Yeah, she bristled and said, do you know about a cult? And I said, yes, I do. And, you know, how'd you learn? Jonestown. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, you can't argue with that.
Yeah, I was there. I remember that. And I said I was 10. So, yeah, Jonestown is pretty much a very universal shutting up. And it's not like saying Jonestown if I was 20 and in Chicago. You say Jonestown, I was 10 and in San Francisco, you can't argue it. So, it's a shame though. I would have loved to talk to her. She looks like she would have had fun talking to me. Oh, we've got the religious services one up again. So does that mean you're running a religious service in the vestibule? Because that's as far as they can hear me, you know that. Even if you have a microphone next to the door and you have a speaker, that's not me. That's you artificially boosting my voice. So, whatever this religious service you decide to bring back up again, keep in mind, they can't hear me out of the vestibule. It's not me bothering you guys. I have to be able to bother you guys in the place that you hold your religious service. And you're not holding your religious service in a marble vestibule, because then I could hear you. And the front of your organization are desks and dividers. So I probably can't even get halfway down that building. Most of the time I'm doing this for the ones who want to get out, the under the radars and OSA, to tell them what they're not doing lately. So you can put that up. I already agreed with the police that I wouldn't use a megaphone. So I have nothing to worry about. I'm bummed that you do not. So, okay, so today will not be credit advice. Today will not be how to get a new job. Today will not be how to get out of there. Today will just be me being slightly annoying with the lack of ears and a tail because I'm supposed to be the devil. And I can start saying things about what I am not. I am not here to break up your religion, because it isn't a religion. It has to qualify first. And to be a religion, you have to do charitable things outside of your religion to the masses, and you don't. To be a religion, you have to help the people inside your building, and you don't, because you farm out your older people to the blue building, to Florida, or you give them light janitorial jobs, because for some reason, I guess once you hit over the age of 70, you lose any kind of cognition you might have on speaking regular sentences. So, the lack of dignity you give your older people is rather disgusting. But hey, that's what you want to do, then we can fight against it. That, and you should keep anything under the age of 18 out of here too. Should not be teaching 12-year-olds how to audit. 12-year-olds should not be auditing. I don't think anything under the age of 18 should be audited or should audit. Don't you want them to become humans and adults before you start? No, you don't. You want to brainwash them first, right? Because they're supposed to be just little adults, or adults in little bodies. I don't know where that, well, no, I know where the hell he came up with that with, but that's bull. All you're going to wind up with are a bunch of twisted children who are going to wind up being very messed up adults, and will wind up leaving or being in there and doing really mean things and awful things until they have to go to therapy because they have no choice. You know, the courts can make you have therapy because eventually you will not be religion. Just because you're religion now, supposedly, and because nobody bothers you, and as much publicity as you guys are getting lately, that means the FBI is like, investigating you. So it's really hard after you infiltrated the government and that generation has died off, how they can even be nice to you anymore. They're mad. I'm sure they're mad because the government has a long memory. Don't you wish your last generation of people didn't do that? Because you could have just went to another country or Switzerland and just had your little, religion up there. But no, you have to mess with America. And they have a long memory, unfortunately. And, eventually one of these days, karma's going to kick you in the butt. So have your religious services in the vestibule, which makes absolutely no sense. Have your religious services near the front door, but keep your children back. Because if another children comes out, I'll just straight call cops. I will not sit there and wait for you to come and get the child, or sit there for the rest of the time that I'm here to make sure another child doesn't get out. I'm going to straight up call the cops and have them call CPS and have them come in, because they don't give a rat's ass. They'll come in and ask what the hell is going on because you let a child out on their own. And you can't lock these doors because it's a fire hazard. So, see, I'm not making it impossible. The law is making it impossible. So you can't blame me for all these things you can't do. You can blame the law is the reason you can't do it. Maybe that's why you might want to go to another country. And you know what? Your publics won't go with you because they like where they live, if you think of it that way. Because since you guys don't get to study psychology, you can't even realize why people won't do what you want them to. So, if you studied psychology just a little bit, you'd understand why the little guy changes everything. But hey, I'm just a never-in who doesn't believe in the devil, so I'm not really a problem, right? Freaks.
Freaks.
That one was a long one. Oh, it rolled. I must have had my boob against my phone. Oh God, what did I say this time? A chicken? A suit? Let's see. I'm figuring out my outfit for Halloween. I'm thinking a big skirt that has to have a crinoline under it in gold lame, and like a top that cuts away like a suit coat in blue. That ugly blue. I might even do blue polyester, who knows. And for that day, because it's going to be Halloween, and everybody has way too much fun on Halloween. And I could probably get my friends to help me protest on Halloween. Yeah, got to make my time on call, because that's what we're basically doing now. Yeah, our time on call interesting. So, would have been the first year with probably real vacations, but it also would have been the first year of me losing my mind because we were going on real vacations. So at least now, if we get on a plane, it'll be for a reason. If I see Carrie on here, it's like, yeah, not a big thing to Portland, but I might come up for a weekend in like a couple of months. Because since I do know Portland, that and I won't have to worry about my dad still not giving me when he was going to be there. See, this is when you think you wish your parents had pets, because then they have to arrange for you to take care of them and they can give you dates, you know, stuff like that. You should go get your cookie before they close. They always seem to have cookies. So they close at 4, I think. You can carry your cookie in your pocket.
Yeah, or you can eat it.
Or you can just eat it, yes. Since I can't do the big sugar things anymore. He can't get, what is it, brioche. Oh, get a brioche! No, don't get a brioche. Which is caramelized on the outside. So he gets his cookie. But a friend of mine hooked me up with little bitty drumsticks, because she's on shots. She gets to take the celebrity shots for real, but she also has to take them forever. So, she was the one who started telling me about, so I've never been a Sweet fan, but now that you can't be a Sweet fan, then you want it. She was telling me about the drumsticks we used to have, our generation would have as kids. She found some that were little bitty ones in a pack, so you can have one. And
They didn't let me in. It's 4 o'clock.
oh, they didn't let you in?
No. I didn't push it.
Aw, I'm sorry. Okay.
Grapes with apples.
We have grapes and apples, yes.
Fruit is good.
I was going to say,
Better for you than
I could have gotten it.
you could.
Yeah, bummer. Okay. Yes, this is when I use my privilege. We see you out here all the time privilege of, can I come in and get a cookie? They would have, but wireless megaphone, like, you have a wireless megaphone?
They want you to have a megaphone.
I can't. I promised the cops I wouldn't.
Yeah.
So, and since I know one of the cops, knowing them, they tell him, and he'd tell me, you promised. And I'm one of those types that go, I know, okay. And I did promise when they sort of swatted me. So, we've never seen The Office, have we?
No.
Maybe we'll start watching it this time because we'll have a lot of free time. Because one of the jokes, No Face said, you can't carry cookies, Kevin. Yeah, we don't know it, but at least,
Get that joke.
but thank you for the reference, because, you know, it's very easy to not reference things. And yesterday, Fuzz, I'm so sorry, I binge watched reaction videos. I can't remember what his name was. But it's this guy who does reaction videos, and he's really into like the bands that I grew up with. Which is funny because he's young. I think he's probably maybe 30 tops, and he just has way too much fun. And the face he makes is drum solos. But I was watching that in MJ when he was doing MJ. You watch these videos of people performing, and you make reactions to them. So. He was having way too much fun, and I can't remember his name. It should be on the other account, because that should be the account I was on last night. No, it's on this one. Yeah. Okay, yeah, look it up. Look at my history. Because it was just too fun. I literally spent 7 hours watching reaction videos, dancing, bopping my head around, laughing my butt off. I even got my cat to dance with me, so... Do you miss your friends? Did you wish that maybe your friends had more to talk about than what you guys talk about on the weekends? Do you wish you could ask them a question since I've heard you're not allowed to ask questions because then you get what's called a knowledge report, which doesn't really make any sense. What is that? Better not be a child. You better keep those children away from the doors. I am not joking. No, maybe it was you can't be smoking in there either. I could definitely call the fire department on you smoking, so you better not. This is California. We don't put up with that crap anywhere. Technically, you're not even supposed to be within 30 feet, 25 feet of a building and smoke. It's like, you rent apartments now and you're not allowed to smoke. You could totally smoke. So, oh, now I'm down to 4. What did I do wrong? I know, it's the middle of a Saturday. That's what I did wrong. It's 4 o'clock. It's so not my time. And we flew here for once. Talk about... So easy to do. So do you wish you were out here playing on the sidewalk, hanging out with your kids or your friends' kids and watching them cause mayhem just by being their age? Because you know how kids are. I was watching AB the Creator. Actually, show that. Turn it towards me. He was making me laugh my butt off last night for 7 hours. I had way too much fun. Really? Ooh, you should take that down. No Face said, ever watch the Charismatic Voice? She's a professional opera singer. That's really cool. She does vocal reactions to all types of music. Vocal reactions. That would be amazing. Yeah, no, AB the Creator is hilarious. I even watched a Dave Chappelle he made reactions to. Forgot that I missed him. I know it's not politically correct, but I do miss him. So what are you going to do after this tonight? Are you going to go work on your coursework? Are you going to take a couple of friends with you out and go have some pizza somewhere since it is North Beach? You know, Italian food. Are you going to do something that makes you happy and smile? Or are you going to be miserable for the rest of the night and go home and do your laundry, make food for the week, and figure out what you're going to wear when you're not walking around the blue suit? Because, you know, nowadays you're probably getting slightly harassed by people because they don't like Scientology either, and now they can identify it. See? You don't want to be there. You want to be out here. Yes, No Face. It's so smoky, even the door is trying to breathe. I know, and I keep doing this. I've learned not to keep hitting the focus button. Ah, yes, thank you. Fuzz found it and posted it. Thank you, Fuzz. You rock. Yeah, and I didn't even know that MJ did a Super Bowl. Oh my God, it was sort of like, wow, this guy had all the power at one time. Don't you want to come out and experience the world the way it is now? When was the last time you were hanging out in the modern world? Like, focused, not on focusing? Because I know if you're a public, your life is still all Scientology. You are still doing Scientology things. You are still working with people who own Scientology or are in Scientology on business. Ah, thank you, Fuzz. Charismatic voice. I'm turning into, this is what I like. And fuck Scientology. So yeah, I've heard about what you guys do when you come out. You pretty much exist in the Scientology world because you work, coexist with Scientology people who own things, or Scientology people are managers of things. It's like you don't really get to know what it's like. Someone once did tell me that they get to talk to other people, but of course by the time I even asked the question, they were inside, because if you get to talk to other people, why can't you talk to me? I know it's a hardcore city to be having Scientology in because, you know, this is the land of Jonestown. So We are a little bit more, advanced in cult here, because we had Jonestown and Synanon, which was very well known in the 80s because they put a cobra in a lion, or they put a cobra in a lawyer's mailbox. Before that, they were a rehab. And one of these days I'll wear the medallion because my mother belonged to it, and my brother and my father. I don't know if the other brother did. And I used to go to celebrations they had in the and the movie THX 1138. Those are Synanon people. My father wouldn't let my mother shave her head because she wanted to be an extra in THX 1138. That's Lucas's first movie. But when they had the get-togethers and stuff, and everybody came, all of the rookies, that's what they called them, all the rookies had to wear white gowns, white linen gowns. And so because I was like 4, I used to go and call them the angels. So to me, Synanon always meant angel. And then I think it was 13 or 14 when they put the cobra in the lawyer's mailbox. And then I was like, damn, was I wrong? And then I was old enough by then to hear my brother tell me about it, because my stepdad didn't want Synanon to exist in his world. So, because he didn't trust any of those things. He had just come back from Vietnam and they were all cults. So my mother would wear the medallion just to piss him off. The things we all do to each other when we just want to poke them in the eye and not mean it. It's the one thing I will not be doing around my dad, is wearing that medallion. So, I'm down to 8. Wow, I'm really boring today. I'm sorry, guys. Slightly distracted, I guess. And the Papa Cat is sort of hanging back. Oh, and that's the one I've got to show him tonight that AB, the creator, did, because the original Whitney Houston song that Dolly Parton sang for The Bodyguard. He kept saying, the bodyguard, the bodyguard. But it's like, I don't think he's heard. Have you heard the Dolly Parton version? I Will Love You Forever? Or I Will Always Love You Forever? She sang it on Porter Wagner's TV show.
Yeah.
So, and it was just amazed. It's like, no auto-tune, just a microphone, and it's Dolly. So, yeah, but no, the guy yesterday just kept going, but that was Whitney! It was very cute. Because like I said, he's young too, so he's just like, I wasn't even... It's like, oh my God, kid, I'm old enough to be your mother. Excuse me, but it's fun. Yeah, so today here is really, that's what it is. It's really weird for a Friday. Saturday. I'm all screwed up. He worked last night, so I'm all over the place. I can't even tell if the tour buses would be for them, because that's weird.
Yeah, someone was asking, what are the tour buses for? I said, like, tourists.
I don't know. Yeah, we can't answer everything. It would be neat to see a whole bunch of Scientologists come out and go into the buses. But usually it's a lot more busy on Saturday and Sunday, because I guess they have to come in and get their audits and stuff. So it's very weird. I thought it was going to be, busy, people walking around and giving me dirty looks and stuff, and it's like boring. It's even like prime time, isn't it? What time is it? Huh?
28 minutes.
No. Time. Real time. Okay. Oh, yeah. This is late for me. So, yeah. Maybe I'm at that inopportune time where it's just not interesting in the rest of the world. So, maybe they're not interesting here. I am so bummed that religious services in progress thing came back. So what are you doing in the vestibule that I'm interrupting? Just wondering. Are you mad that I got to see the board yesterday of the members and the founding members and the sponsors and all that stuff, and I read as much as I could. So, and you're not even closing the door anymore. I'd love to know if you're recording me, because I'm sure whoever, whichever lawyer you have is probably going, that's so not worth it. And it's also not fun when you're a native. What? Punched? Who punched? Hi, Vegas. You're late. Oh, you guys, I love the fact that you're all speaking, oh God, what was that language? The one before all the other ones. I can't remember the funny one. When I was in junior high school, everybody wanted to learn how to speak some D&D language. That's what I called it. I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, so, what are you doing in there? Is it interesting? I know you guys had a lot of boxes. Those were pamphlets, weren't they? I wonder, oh my God, that's why nobody's here. They're probably getting ready for the Skrillex thing. These guys, because there were a bunch of boxes that I took yesterday, and they were a weird size, so they're probably pamphlet boxes.
Okay.
So I know he can't remember where it's happening, but we'll figure it out. But I don't know how they're going to get anybody to pay attention with the fact that most of these people are my age. So you're not going to get the attention of the young and interesting if you're my age and you look like you haven't slept in a million days. You know, at least I'm not my age appropriate. And if I put sunglasses on, I could probably fake being younger. So I don't know what they're doing. And 10 to 1, these kids are like taking them and just dumping them at the same time. So I wonder if you guys could be called a pollution violation. You should probably have somebody on the other side picking those things up, because you could probably get a ticket for it. You gotta think about it that way, because it's San Francisco. We don't like it. So we'll have to go check there later, at least drive by where we think it is, to see if these flyers are all over the place. I can take some pictures and send them to wherever you report to the EPA, or see if I can report them to the police, and then you guys will get a ticket for littering. Especially here, they don't like the littering. If you've noticed, the streets here are pretty damn clean. So, and if I have to get you guys that way and work my way up, I definitely do it, because any way to drive you guys bonkers would be really great for me, in my opinion. Everything is in my opinion. Please keep an eye on that. I am not calling you guys anything. It's all in my opinion. Oh, I didn't turn my bringer off. So, I wonder what's going on. So, since you guys aren't even closing the door on me anymore, there's something up. So you guys like blocking the door back here so nobody can go near it. And you know, with the wind going through, it makes the other door open a lot easier. You're trying to distract me away from something, but I just can't think what. The brain fog is pretty intense today, and I admit it. That's the thing. I admit that I have problems, and they're real, and it's not psychological, that it's actually that. See? It has nothing to do with if my mother didn't talk to me in the morning. It has to do with real deterioration of my brain, and my other part of my brain's trying to keep up and rebuild it. Wow, I could have swore that was going to be a cootie. That's what I should just call them right now. Instead of Publix, I'll just call them cooties. Because, you know, I'm not necessarily putting down anybody, because I wouldn't know. It's all in my opinion, too, so... No Pride this weekend. Pride is the end of the month. Yeah, no, that's one of my things I'm trying to think of doing, is getting some sisters down here after the parade, because the parade goes down Market Street. And, oh, actually, get on this side of Market Street when the parade is over, because people will go walking all over the place, and could probably get a whole crowd of people, because, you know, especially with things that are pride, say that these guys are against any kind of gender, marriage, homosexuality, period, bisexuality, any of that stuff, or that you can be them, but you just can't be them. That would get everybody just riled up. You'd have a whole, like, bunch of people in a V just screaming at them. And then they'd have to come out and say, that's a lie, which it's not. That's what I need to do. I need to print that out so I can read from it. That's one of those things I need to read from. So, yeah, the last weekend of the month should be interesting. I'm going to try to plan for it. Now that I've got no focus right now, it's actually a good thing that I don't have to get ready to go somewhere else and stress about that. I can do other things and make lists. You know why he's laughing? He's laughing because he knows how good I am at making lists. Yeah, see? He just said, yep. So, the door's still open. Nobody's ready to close it. Does that mean that you just don't have anybody to close it? Is there nobody in the back that is watching me? Besides Osa, of course. So you don't have the personnel to close the door back here? That's a little weird if you ask me. Just checking the gimbal. So, let's see. Because and I know not to block, because the gap in the door is pretty big. Let's see. This is why I have the gimbal. Nope. Let's see. Oh, up farther. There, I could base it on that. Let's see. Get in there. That's as far as it'll go. So, can you see where's the pole? I've lost my mind. Okay, there's the pole. Over in the little dark spot is can't see it, can you? Bummer. There's a mirror there. Now, I learned from Carrie Ann yesterday, don't walk around the Zoom. So I don't see anybody back there, and it's not illegal. And if I can't get a camera angle from it, I'm not. There is an angry doodle across the street. He was barking at another dog walking by. His dude is in the barbershop. But yeah, since you guys can't see in there, it's not like I'm doing anything to you guys. So, you know, it gets that part out. But I can see things there, like oh, that's interesting. So there are people coming down the stairs. And so I wonder if that's where religious services, we see more people coming down the stairs, we'll know that there are religious services handled there. This is just an entryway. So now we've got people, closing doors. So I can't be disrupting them there. Because that's the thing. If they can't hear you, you're not disrupting. Huh? Well, there's nobody there. But thank you. Who gave me the phone number? Hi, City. Thank you for the phone number. But yeah, no, I can see through it. You guys can't see through it, but I can see an upstairs staircase that I've never seen before. They never leave them open like this. So I think they just don't have the personnel to fix this. I haven't touched it. It was like this when I walked up. Usually it was guaranteed that this door would be closed and the speaker would be on. So, did they give up? Do they know that the cops just aren't going to come when they call them on me? I'm sure all they do is drive by. I mean, because they have to come and look. So, yeah, and that's, this is a big city. They don't have tons of police stations to go mess with people with. So that, and if this Skrillex thing is going on, they're not going to, they're not going to waste their time with me. That's the problem. It's like, I live in a city that the police are just like, if it's interesting and important, they'll take care of it. But there's nobody down here. That is so weird. There's nobody at that desk. I mean, I'm not babysitting them, so I'm going to the other side because I don't want to be responsible if somebody goes in there and does something. You know, and they'd say, well, she's sitting there, she should see it all. I'm like, bull. Well, no, they just need better, sort of like Houston, except these closed. They're not broken. They can't lock the doors because there are only 2 exits. And our fire marshals in San Francisco are B-words to the highest degree. So if they got a fire marshal on them, they would be bothering them probably every day at any specific time period. You know, just trying to catch them. So, and I've given them that warning. It's like the one thing you don't want to do is call the fire department on me, because if you call the fire department on me, I will sick the fire marshal on you. So yeah, if that's my version of violence, that's as violent as I get. Yeah, you sick your service on me, I'll sick another service back on you. So, so let's see. Door is open. Maybe they're trying to distract me. I wonder what's in front then. Do you miss your friends? Do you miss your family? You can always call 727-266-5797 and get the ball rolling to get your butt out of there. Tomorrow I'll also give you a lot of advice how to get out of there and how to start it rolling, and how then Scientology won't even know what you're doing, because they don't have the personnel to follow every single person. Hell, they only followed me for 1 day. That was boring, because all it did was make me mad. It did. It made me mad by the time I got here. I was like, could you at least get younger people to follow me? So, I know I miss my Xenu Free, too. I never get to see him anymore. Maybe he watched Harold and Maude and thought it was mean. So don't you wish you were out here at the beach? It's a little cold. Having a bonfire, they have places for those. And cookie marshmallows. Yeah, I'm still here. Sorry. Someone just came and looked at the door. I'm not going anywhere. I don't go anywhere for a little while. I'm your hourly disturbance. Sort of like when you keep the phone, the landline, and they don't understand this. I don't see anybody that's younger than me. Keep the landline open, and then it'll start making that noise. That's what I'm sort of like. I'm sort of like the, You know, when you keep the phone off the hook too much, and it starts making that really nasty beep. Thank you. Not that we have a landline. Saw the picture of the Mickey Mouse phone, right? No, but we don't have a landline to go with it. And that phone's 3 years old. It's the constant fight, because if we have a landline, then we could call people when the earthquake happens. Because the last earthquake in 89, earthquake. 89, 91 was the Oakland fire. But the last earthquake had happened, I wouldn't trust cell sites because they'll all fall down. So you could pick up your landline and put it on the next to your phone. And it took about an hour, but within about an hour you could hear a dial tone. And then you could call people that don't live here. Since half my family lived in Portland, it was my reason for having a landline. But since my dad didn't get a landline, and nobody listens to me when I say all the cell service is going to be down during an earthquake, I have to show them when it happens. So, you know how it is. I'm just the baby. Cookie marshmallows? Yes. I meant s'mores and marshmallows. I got distracted. There was somebody walking by talking about something. Brain fog. I live real diagnosed brain fog. Be nice to me. Maybe with all the sorting and unpacking I'm going to do in the next few months will, make my brain work better. I'll definitely learn how to use my brand new computer that I'm letting rot in my craft room. I'll definitely know more about that. But so why do you have to keep checking if I'm here? Do you have to check if I'm here to let the people know who are walking up that they need to go the front or back door? Because I could have swore I saw a couple who probably would have went in the front door, but you told them to go in the back door. There was a couple that looked like they were coming here. I've gotten to recognize the bags. It's like bags that you wouldn't normally see men carrying, and it's not a sexist thing. It's just like, it's just not the type, and it just doesn't seem to fit whatever is in there. They usually go in the back door. So that's what probably they're doing. And since my gimbal is not overheating, I run the gimbal program. So I check on it and I can see if it's working. And I actually call my car the Cookie Monster because it's blue. So what are you guys up to if you're all checking on me? Are you having some fun in there? Are you at least having snacks more than coffee and Chips Ahoy? Yeah, the really super cheap like coffee. You know, when you get people with coffee and cookies when you came in, it was Chips Ahoy. How do I remember? Ah, it's cracked a little bit. Do we see anything inside? No, I don't see anything closed. I just look. Oh, what's the address?
Gibble?
Who?
Gibble?
I can't. Montgomery, yes, right here. He's not with me. Yet another delivery guy who they are not going to tip, and I don't have my wallet. So, but at this point, I need the clicks, guys. I need the subs. I need to get monetized now because gas here is $5.65 a gallon. That is no joke. And that's low for mine because I have to put it on the high grade because my car is spoiled and it's 22 years old and hasn't broken down on me. So yes, they do like to do peekaboo. It's I'm still at not 900 yet. On Natalie's feed when she first had it up to the first 5,000, and everybody started talking about getting kicked off of her feed. I literally, she would show up on my, things to watch, but I would not be subscribed to her every single day until I joined the club. So it's like, go check the few people I have and the people on replay. Go check and see if you're subscribed because I seem to be stuck right below 900. And it goes up and down and up and down. Where before it would pretty much just go up, slowly even, but now it's going up and down. So I have a feeling people are being kicked off of me. And I got kicked off of who? Mexican Longhair. I thought I was subscribed to him. Because we were all talking Carrie Ann's feed yesterday. And then I went to go see his hail. He's got a hail bruise, and I'm like, I'm not subscribed. Great, now I know why I don't see him on my feed, on my list. So Papa Cat runs on cookies. Yeah, and the Papa Cat on the cookie feed. Gotta have that cookie feed. Oh yeah, no, it is. It's super common. Back in March I think, all the ones I watched on a regular basis were unsubbed. It was really weird, and that's the only reason I knew was because they were the ones I watched regularly, and I go check, to give them a thumbs up, and it's like, not subbed again. It came out in the good end for them because they all were doing the joining the membership thing, and I became all of their members because the morning I watch Natalie, and then I watch Marilyn, and then I occasionally watch Aaron when he's on, and Liz Ferris, and I'm trying to think. These are the people. Danny at night, DOA at night. I'm trying to think. Mindy Willens, Layla, because she's young and it makes me nervous. That's where the mama cat thing comes in. I've been like that for my whole world. Those are the ones I'm trying to think of off the top. Well, Streets, of course. But yeah, there was a whole specific set, Carrie, And then my Mormon people and, you know, stuff like that. So there was a specific set I would watch mostly every day. Rabbit. Because I love the true crime thing with Rabbit. So found her from somebody. See, he's stuck on cookies. Yes, Streets LA. You know, the usual back then that you all watched. Jess, big Jess fan. And then when Tori came on because she was teaching us things. And Bunker now when he's showing the old videos. But back then, I'm wondering. Yeah, she is great. I love her. I think she's awesome. And the one thing I like about YouTube for real is that she admits that the English is not her first language. People will admit that they're not great at this. It's like you get people who are transparent. So people who don't understand what maybe the modern phrases are, people aren't shaking their head and going, oh, cool. I love being able to go, I don't know what the heck you're talking about. So it's like, I live for that. And yes, Rabbit is beyond awesome. And I love that she has a baby bunny. That is very cute. So, and Liz, when she had her, when Liz Ferris had her husky, oh, that broke my heart. Because just hearing them off the side is just freaking hilarious. And Reese with the manger baby and her poodle. I love her poodle. And the cat.
We just got to 900 somehow.
Oh, good. Thanks, guys. I'm at 900. And then Tommy, lifeboat with his beautiful cat. You know, cat in a basket. Stuff like that. I mean, that's how I got Papa Cat into things, too, because he'd see the animals. So, and it's like, he'd sit down. Next thing you know, he's watching what I'm watching. I spent my time where I finally got away from it because it was just a little too overbearing at night. I'm just starting to do it again. Oh, yes, he was. Okay, I'll probably see it later because they, the top 5 are Natalie, Marilyn, Aaron, Rabbit, and Liz Ferris. Those are the ones I look at to see if they're there. So I'll come across Aaron later, I'm sure. So I haven't even, they must have closed the other door. I bet you the last person who came in closed the other door. So, because the doors aren't moving anymore. Can I help you? Are you looking for something?
No.
Okay. It's Scientology. It's a beautiful building. You shouldn't be taking just a picture of the name. The name's not even put on correctly because it's a historical building. They can't mess with it. It's so good. So yeah, the building's in this condition because they're told to keep it in this condition. Do you have a feeling he's a Scientologist? I think so. It's so funny. But I just love doing that. It's a beautiful building, but they can't touch it. And that's why the Scientology sticks out, because they can't mess with it. Oh, I forgot the door. I was going to go check the door. Oh. Yeah, Rabbit can distract me. I think she dyed her streak purple. I was wondering how she got it that light, because I suffer from the same ethnic problems with black hair. Is if you want to make it blonde, you have one chance. It can either be blonde or fried. I had a streak once, and then when I did my roots, I fried it. It's not fun trying to hide a spot that was fried, especially when you're like 18 and it's supposed to be cool. I love Laura FM. She just reminds me of like half my friends, so it's like I was surprised I didn't know her more. Because I definitely, she isn't even the most unique one in my group. So it's like, for me, she's just like, oh, look at Laura, and she has really good music. And yay, we can use it anytime we want to. And why do I keep forgetting? And look at that jumpsuit, you know, stuff like that. So she's a sweetie. I'd love to meet her one of these days. And I've met Scotty, DOA. That's why one of my dragons, I got a plush volcano from Target, that, or as I call it, Target, that 5 French store. And it came with 2 dragons. One was blue and bigger, and one was a really Caribbean color, pretty, and made me think of Aaron. So, and it's smaller. So it's Aaron and Scotty's, oh my God, look at the dog. Is that a Joe Cocker? Yeah, they make them in black. Cocker Spaniels. It's an 80s thing. We always called them Joe Cockers because they also, and it's so politically incorrect. Cocker Spaniels also suffer from epilepsy. So we named Cocker Spaniels Joe Cockers because Joe Cocker used to sing like he had epilepsy.
Politically incorrect.
That's just me, but it was what we did when we were kids. And I got reminded a lot of what I did when I was a kid by watching the reaction videos. All I have to say is that Axl Rose was 12 when he did his first video. So, oh God, I know she's real. I can tell she's real. Totally. It's like if anybody thinks she's putting on an act, it's like, no, that's real. So, Vegas, I actually felt, you finally heard me. They finally closed the door. Watching Laura actually made me feel comfortable, and look, other people are going out the other side. She makes me feel comfortable. She just seems like one of my own. Laura. Yeah, she just seems like one of us. The goth world just does that. So there are so many different people in it. And so the first time I ever saw her, I was just like, oh, she's one of us. Probably isn't, but that's what you think. So yeah, that's why I like Laura. And it'll be fun to go meet them. And in the situation we're in now, I could probably go down for a weekend to LA and come back. Probably take one of the cars to LA and come back. Because that's the thing about San Francisco. When I was growing up, LA was a day trip. San Diego you had to stay somewhere. But LA, when you're young and goofy, driving down in the morning, doing whatever, and then coming back in the middle of the night is normal. And even still doing it up on 101, which is a sort of windy road. Instead of going out to 5, which is in the Central Valley, and it's straight. It's like, you were more cool if you came up 101 and did LA in one day. Okay. Aaron's ASL is what I usually call him. ASL put that up by somebody, but he didn't have like a real reaction to it, so I thought it was real. So I figured it was. So that's actually cute. I can see them together. It's not out there to see them together. That's the thing. So, because Laura's just out there in DOA's Papa Cat, so, or Papa Bear. Yeah, so it's just like they're gonna do great helping out the world. So, yeah, I actually like the idea. I was thinking about sending DOA a email since I got to meet him my infamous way. So, and you know, he gave me the moniker, or he helped with the moniker of Dora, which I absolutely adore because I do look like Dora. And then I added the Damien because I was trying to explain why I'm not perfectly Dora.
Okay, a little non sequitur.
We have Birdie, the supermodel, does that from the bottom floor because the stairwell to the second floor is just like empty and it's just one huge wall. I've got to start using that because it's like, what is wrong with you, woman? Oh God, that is hilarious. You win today, no face. You totally win. So, and yes, not that my opinion would matter, and it is just my opinion, but I think that's going to be a great relationship. It'll be interesting for sure. So, yeah, see, we're on liar. I know. It's going to stick too. It's like the stuff I forget with my brain fog and the stuff I remember. And sometimes Papa Cat just goes, when did you remember that? You know, because it just pops. And it's like, stop farting from her mouth. Oh, that one got me. Okay, where am I at? 1 hour exactly. Okay, since this was more or less therapy today, because we're doing a transition with the world right now. Thank you for hanging out and listening to my weirdness. Oh, that's, we should have brought Moose. I could have carried Moose around. We didn't bring the volcano because it's in my car. We'll bring it tomorrow. There's the pyramid. And we have Moose hanging. We have the snarling squirrel coming out of the hole in the top of the volcano. And we have Moose sitting in the bottom. It's like, it's what I threatened. When we hit 1,000, Papa Cat got to hear it yesterday. When we hit 1,000, we're going to do a errand ritual hanging out of the back of, I think, Papa Cat's car with the volcano, and having Scotty and Aaron float around like dragons, and put our tea towels and our gotta get globes. So we're gonna do a ritual. So we're gonna do a ritual when I get to 1,000. How about that? Because I've got to be able to supply gas and cookies. Yes, and we're doing a room raid TCD in Denver. I haven't even heard of TCD. Maybe we'll have to go listen to them. So cool. Thanks, Fuzz. You know, you're the best moderator on the planet Earth. Especially for someone like me, you're absolutely freaking perfect. So, for me and Papa Cat, we're glad you put up with my babbling. He's complaining about driving now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Ciao, Bellas.